This is Iyanna Colon, 20 years old. She walked into a police station on her own, sat across from a detective, and agreed to answer his questions. Watch how she talks over the next few minutes. Something is missing from this interview, and once you notice it, you can't unnotice it.
I see you got handcuffs on, and I know we're in a jail, so that changes things a little bit for me, only that I have to read you some things before we can talk. Is that okay? All right. So it says you have the right to remain silent. And it says anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. And you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Okay? Do you understand each of those that I read to you? You're shaking your head, but is that a yes? You understand each of them?
Yeah, I'm just remaining silent.
She says she's staying silent. Seconds later, she starts talking, and she doesn't stop. Describing the night the man she'd been living with stopped breathing.
All right. What happened last night?
Basically, he just got really violent. I think he was on some type of drug. He was sitting down on a couch, and he charged at me. After I threw some water in his face.
Why?
Because he called me out my name and kept on turning on stuff, and just he knew stuff that was getting under my skin, basically. So anyway, I throw a little bit of water in his face, and he stands up, and that's when he just loses everything. He just charges at me. He starts pulling my hair. My head is all the way down here, and I start trying to fight him back, and it was the couch is right here, and the door is right here, and there's a bed right next to it. So it started initially from the couch. He charged at me, I landed on the bed, hit my head, and then he started to choke me out, and that's when I started fighting him back, trying to push him. So I pushed him successfully to the door, and he was reaching for the chain, trying to say I was hurting him. And I was like, what do you mean I'm hurting you? What do you mean? So just basically, just after that, he just went ham, and I blacked out, and I couldn't breathe. I had I choked really fucking hard. I could feel spit in the back of my throat, when he used both hands. So it just made me freak out, and then eventually he just stopped breathing. So I don't know, I felt I don't know, it made me feel almost empty.
Almost empty. No call to 911, no ambulance, no neighbors. What she did next was quieter than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
So you had said at one point he had stopped breathing. And then you said something about a robe. You put him in his favorite robe.
Yeah, I had covered him up with his favorite robe and stuff. I sat there for an hour and a half, and I was just seeing if he was gonna open his eyes or blink or show some kind of sign movement, and it never happened. So I was just I felt terrible, because it shouldn't have had to leave or get to that point. But it was just
What happened after that?
I put him in his favorite robe, and I took him off the bed, and just like put him in a better place, like a fuzzier place. I put him in the closet.
Okay.
And he was like in love with his dad.
With his dad?
And he had like a chain that he would wear, and it had like his picture on it. And so I just placed it over his body.
She covered Mon Al-Blowi in his favorite robe, moved him into the bedroom closet, and slept on his mattress until morning. Then she cleaned the apartment. It wasn't guilt that ended this. It was her own parents, who drove her to the Portage Department of Public Safety and handed police a note with the address. What follows is the hour and a half after that note. Watch how calmly she explains it. Before the interview room, before any of this, there was a man named Mon Saleh Al-Blowi. He was 25 years old and a long way from home, a citizen of Saudi Arabia, living in a small apartment at the Briargate complex in Portage, Michigan. The people who knew him knew a young man trying to build a life in a new country and send something back to his family. In January 2022, he had known Iyanna Colon for about 2 months and had let her stay with him for roughly a week. He would not live to the end of it. On the afternoon of January 18, 2022, officers from the Portage Department of Public Safety forced their way into Al-Blowi's apartment and found his body inside a bedroom closet, wrapped in a robe. The medical examiner ruled the cause of death mechanical asphyxiation. He had been strangled. The person who led them there was Iyanna Marie Colon, 20 years old, who had been living with him for about a week. That morning, she had walked into the police station with her parents to report a death, and she agreed to sit down and answer a detective's questions. What follows is that conversation. Here is what the detective across the table already knows, and what Colon does not know he knows. He knows the man did not die where he was found. The body was wrapped in his own favorite robe and moved into a closet. He knows the apartment had been cleaned, and that cleaning supplies were later recovered from the scene. He knows the medical examiner documented deep bruising to the neck, the head, and the upper body. And he knows one more thing Colon has not mentioned. She was already on probation with 2 convictions from the previous year, one for striking a man in the head with a metal pipe, another for resisting a police officer. So as she tells her story, the whole interview becomes a single question you get to weigh in real time. Does the account she gives match the scene the detectives are documenting across town? The detective starts slow. Name, small talk, a bottle of water. This is the baseline. Watch how relaxed she is here, because it never really changes.
Hey, my name's Derek Hess. I'm a detective here at the police department. I work with Detective Tafey. Okay. You doing okay?
Trying to.
Okay. This water and that other bar is for you if you wanted something to drink. Okay. So I heard a little bit about something that had gone on, but I don't really know all the facts yet, so that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you. Are you from Kalamazoo? Did you go to high school here? Did you graduate high school?
No.
No. What level did you get to in school?
Up to 12.
Up to 12th grade? Just a little short of finishing up? Have you gone to any college at all?
No. I got accepted into KVCC.
Well, that's good. Well, hey, one of the things with my job is to kind of figure out the truth out of everything. That's what we do every day, is figure out what happened to stuff, all across the city and in any different capacity as far as whatever it is. If something happened somewhere, and we're tasked with figuring out what really happened. And one of the ways that we do that is talking to people. So I want to talk to you about what you've been up to lately. Okay.
Here the detective reads Colon her rights, the moment from the opening where she says she's just remaining silent and then keeps talking anyway. She waves nothing on paper and everything in practice.
So, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
I mean, I want to hear what was said.
Okay.
Or,
Well, the only thing that's been said is what your parents said. And I know that a lot of what they said came from you, but, I mean, obviously you're the best source of information.
okay.
So that's why I wanted to talk to you after either me or my partners talk to your parents. Does that make sense?
Mm.
I kind of want to hear it right from the horse's mouth, as they say. Like, get it right from the source.
Alright.
Is that fair? Okay. So having all these rights that I read to you in mind, are you willing to answer questions?
I don't know. I've never been in this predicament. So.
Right, yeah, no, I know. It's entirely up to you. It's one of those things that you can, if there's certain questions you don't want to answer, you can just say, I don't want to answer that. If you don't want to answer any questions, you don't have to. At any time, you can say, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and I'll leave. But if there are questions that you're willing to answer, I'm interested in hearing what your answers are. But it's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Want some water? No? I can't imagine trying to eat 2 of those Special K bars and not drinking any water. That'd be some sort of challenge on TikTok or something, right? Iyanna, are you willing to talk to me or at least hear what I got to say?
I mean, I'll hear you out, but I don't know what was all said or whatever. But
Okay.
go ahead.
Go ahead, okay.
This is where, in the opening, she gave her first account of the night. The couch, the water, the choking, and the words almost empty. She keeps going from there.
That's all I can really say. And it just made me sadder just looking at him. And then I ended up just moving and putting his favorite robe on him. Cause I felt bad, but when I'm put in a situation like that.
Okay. Who's he?
I met him, I want to say, McDonald's. I was working as a cashier there for a couple months ago. And he came through the drive-thru and he ordered a Big Mac or something. And I gave him my number on a record receipt. And we'd basically been hanging out and stuff. He always would admit these feelings to me and stuff, and I'd be just trying to be friends, and stuff like that. And he just really just over time you would see how he would just change. I don't know how to describe it, but it's he went from sweet to sociopath. He just wanted me around him, and I was just staying there so that I can just have a place to stay for my job and kick it, hang out with him. He's a lonely guy, so I was just hanging out with him, and and he just got crazier and crazier. And then I noticed particularly within the past 3 days of hanging out with him, that he would do this with his nose, like this, just like he was off some type of drug. And he told me about this scamming stuff and promethazine and fake doctors and just getting prescriptions that he didn't need. So I don't know if it was a pill or if it was a promethazine type thing or powder, whatever. I don't know about that. But
What's his name?
Man, it's like it's from like he's from Saudi Arabia, so it's like Maanalbowi or Blowi.
Okay. Do you know his last name?
That was his last name.
Oh, what's his first name?
Man.
Oh.
Maan.
I gotcha. I'm sorry. So like Man Al-Bowi, something like that?
Like Man Al-Blowi or Bowie or something, I don't know.
Okay.
She has been asked who the dead man is, and the first place her answer goes is a job interview, a drive-through, a receipt, a phone number. Then, unprompted, she begins building him into someone dangerous. Keep count of how often that happens.
He was like telling me like how he was doing like some kind of like he was trying to like provide for his family and stuff like that, but he was like scamming like and using fake IDs and stuff, and he always wanted me to like join in on it, but I would just be like no, like, and I feel like gradually over time he would get mad at me because like sometimes like I feel like he thought I was using him or like something like that. So like even when I like asked him to go get some like Dollar Tree cleaning supplies and stuff, like he would like get an attitude and I'd just be cleaning the house or cooking for him and stuff, and I don't know. It was just like I don't understand why that was a problem.
So were you guys like dating?
No. The furthest thing that I allowed from him was like just a kiss on the cheek. We were not like dating or together, so.
Did he want it to be that? Did he want to have a romantic relationship with you?
I feel like in his head he thought he could have a relationship with me or like potentially be with me, but like every time he like tried to lay under me and like get on the bed with me and stuff, like I don't know, like he'll like start touching my thigh and stuff, and I'll just be like, yo, you need to back up, like and he just is a really touchy-feely person.
The relationship is one of the few places the record and her account openly disagree. She insists they were only friends. Investigators and prosecutors would later describe Al-Blowi as her boyfriend of 2 months. Hold both versions. Which one she needs to be true is part of the story.
All right. So what was going on at the apartment last night? You guys just hanging out, or what was up?
We were just like, we had came back from my friend's house. He left me out there for an hour. He said he had to go to a class for like an hour or something.
So you were at the apartment by yourself for an hour?
Yes, I was at my friend's apartment.
Oh, okay.
And he came back to get me, and the reason we left my friend's apartment was because he started a confrontation at my friend's apartment. Like, he would start doing this with his nose and stuff, and I'd be like, yo, are you okay? And, stuff like that. And then he'll, like pull down, like, his pants, like showing his boxers, like, so almost like his dick would, like, be seen and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it just, like, made me feel uncomfortable, so I got into an argument with him at my friend's house, and then my friend started sticking up for him, so I was like, I'd feel out of place, so we might as well just go. So, we left, and when we got back and stuff, I, like, had, like, the whole entire car, like, was just silent. No music, no nothing. And then, as soon as we got back to the house, he, like, tried playing, like, this music. And, like, I'm the type of person, like, I like, peaceful music and, stuff like that. And he's, like, the more, like, the violent, like, upbeat music. I don't know how to explain it, but, basically, I just asked him to turn the music down and stuff, and then he would just like be doing this with his teeth, like giving me these mean looks, and I'd be like, "What is all that for?" Like, so, um, that's basically how things transpired and led up to that, and then just name calling and all the stuff that came after it. So.
Everything the medical examiner found, the bruising to the neck, the head, the upper body, belongs to the fight she's now walking the detective toward. As she narrates, the physical evidence is the second track running underneath her words.
What kind of names did he call? Or were people being called?
He called me like a bitch, and I think really what it was that yesterday, his brother, like, I would say 2 days ago, his brother and him took me for a ride. They took me to Myers, and this is when we went and got the cleaning supplies. But when we went to the gas station, he ran inside without his brother. His brother's like driving the car, so his brother is like talking to me and a bit like being like, did he get any pussy from you and stuff like that? And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, that's not even a factor. Like, so I was like, yeah, we're friends. We're not even dating or anything. And he was like, well, to be honest, I would have been cracked you. And I was like I felt kind of like offended.
What does that mean?
But I was
what
just,
he said?
Like cracked you, like I would have been like put my dick in you, like type thing. I don't. So it just like threw me off, but like I was just kind of like, all right. I mean, I guess like laughed it off, I guess. So he comes back in the car and he's like, "What are you guys laughing at?" And I was like, I just like. I didn't want to say it in front of him, you know, like, and just start something between them because they're brothers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I waited till we got back to the house, and when he asked me that, I was just like, it was nothing really, just like making some jokes or some shit. So when we got back to the house, we got into an argument because I needed a ride to go see my friend, and he was mad that I asked him if his friend could drive me to where I was for some gas money. And he was just like, why, or like, why? And I was like, what do you mean why? Like, I just need a ride. And so he was like hesitant at first, and then he like opened up and was like, all right, I mean, I'll text him. So he texted him, and then basically he got mad because I had basically said the truth. So he was like, he was just like, we don't give a fuck anyway. We pass bitches around. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? You know, like, but I don't know, it just made me feel like out of place. And then I noticed like extremely like just weird patterns of behavior like after that. But yeah, and like that, I think really what set it off was either he was taking some drugs, and then just that situation on top of the drugs like just made him like act out of anger, and I don't think he was really paying mind to what he would say. Like he just seemed like off in the head, like he was just like laid back on the inside, but like just mean as hell on the outside. I don't know how to explain it.
You ever seen him like this before?
No, it was just like the past 3 days.
Notice the shape of the answer. A simple question, what did he call you, becomes a long story in which she is calm and reasonable, and everyone around her is the problem. She is not just describing the night, she is casting it.
Did you see him do any drugs?
I didn't see him do any drugs. I saw him like smoke weed. Like he smokes like a ton of weed. Like just back to back to back. And I would tell him like, yo, I'm on probation. I can't, you know what I'm saying, be around that and stuff. And like he'll even get like so disrespectful, like he'll just blow it in my face, like, and just be disrespectful. So I would go try to open up the window and he'll get mad at me for opening up the window. Like, and I'll be like, well, what do you expect? I'm not gonna like just sit in your face and then you're like smoking back to back. And I've only ever seen him use weed or cigarettes. Any other drugs besides that, no. And then promethazine, he was telling me a little bit about how he was like getting fake prescriptions from like doctors for promethazine. And he said like he lost his doctor and he was like pissed about it. I don't know what that was supposed to mean.
What did he do with the promethazine?
I think like he would like sold it like to some of his like family members, or like he just drank it. He was like I love lean, which is what they call promethazine. So.
Okay. Did you see him take promethazine, just like drink it?
I've never seen him take it, but he had like in the apartment there's like bottles, like I don't know if you guys like saw it when you went in there, but there's like bottles in like one of his suitcases. It's like maybe like 8, 9, or 10 bottles.
This is the history sitting in the detective's file while she talks. 2 convictions in the year before this night. 1 for beating a man with a metal pipe, 1 for resisting police. The person telling him she's never been in a predicament like this is a person he already knows has one.
So, things are not going well at the apartment. What time do you think this all kind of kicked off, where he started getting mean last night?
I would say maybe like around 11:30 or 12.
Okay. And how did it start? Just with the name calling and stuff that you talked about?
Just like when I asked him to turn down the music, and you know, I just wanted some peace and quiet, because like sometimes I just get anxious like when like too much is going on and then the violent music is playing. It's just like I get like real fidgety, so I asked him to just turn it down or turn it off for a minute, and he was like, bitch, I'll do what I want in my house. Like, and I was just like, damn. So I got mad and I threw the water in his face, and that's what triggered everything. So.
What's the next thing that happened?
What do you mean?
Like, what happened? You threw water in his face, and then what happened after that?
I just said what happened after that. He pulled me by my hair and charged at me.
Yeah, but I'm just looking for a little bit more detail.
He charged at me while he was sitting on the red couch. He was smoking a cigarette. He put out his cigarette after I threw the water on his face. And then he charged at me and tackled me onto the bed. And that's when he started pulling my hair. And then I like started fighting him back, and I like pushed him to the door, and he started grabbing the chain and like taking the chain off the door and shit. And then like he started doing this like around my neck.
Okay.
And then he like eventually like pushed me on the bed, and like he was like choking me, like I hit my head on the wall, like, and he was just like, I could not breathe. Like I felt myself like swallowing spit in the back of my throat.
Okay.
And it was like life or death at that point.
She has now described a man dying and her own hands around his neck twice, and both times the register is the same. Flat, procedural, no break in the voice. This isn't shock, and it isn't denial. It's the absence of the thing you keep waiting to hear.
Did you lose consciousness?
I was like at one point in time, I would say maybe for like 30 seconds, I just felt like my throat was like closing, and like I just couldn't breathe, so I was like freaking out. I started like pulling his hair, and then I like started choking him, and while he was choking me, I was just like, this is like beyond me. So
you don't think you lost consciousness?
I mean, that I lost consciousness or he lost consciousness?
You. While he was choking you, do you think you lost consciousness?
Yeah. Because my throat was closing, and I was just like, I could barely, like, I started seeing colors and spit closing in the back of my throat. So I mean, some kind of unconsciousness was there. Like, it was just a life-threatening situation.
Okay. So how did that make you feel when all that was going on?
It made me feel really angry. I don't know, like, why he was that violent, like, towards me. It just made me feel like maybe like he just was acting sweet in the beginning, like just to like try to get me over his house. And then like I noticed like within the past 3 days, like how he was just like sexually touching me and trying to lay with me and stuff, which is like normal because like guys do that, you know. But I just feel like uncomfortable, and like if I tell you to like keep backing off, like, cause I've been through a lot of stuff, you know. Like I don't like being in a type of situation where I feel like I'm uncomfortable. And he just like, he would like test the boundaries, and then when he kissed me on the cheek and stuff, I just be like, I just want to kiss on the cheek. He'll like grab the back of my head like this and like just try to like force the kiss, and I'll be like, so I just like be like, no, you need to go over there. So yeah.
Was he saying anything while this fight was going on?
He said like, help, she's trying to kill me or something. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, he charged at me and was choking me. And then when I fought back, he tried going to the door and taking off the chain. That's where that transpired.
What do you think he was trying to do when he was taking the chain off the door? Was he trying to leave, or was he trying to do something else?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I just panicked, and then he started choking me. That's when he threw me on the bed, like trying to fight me off and stuff. And once he like started choking me, and like I couldn't breathe, and I felt my head hitting the back of the wall.
She reports his words almost in passing. Help, she's trying to kill me. In her own telling, the man she says was attacking her was the one calling out for help. That single line is the whole case pulling in the opposite direction of the story around it.
Okay. You said earlier that he went ham. And I think I know what that means, but I don't want to guess and put words in your mouth. So what does it mean when someone goes ham?
Meaning like, what context was
You said he got angry at you and charged you, and then he went ham.
Ham as in like you could feel all the aggression, like with every move that he made. Like when he charged at me, I felt all the aggression and nerves in my body just be like, this is threatening. Like, and then just when he started pulling my hair and like getting real violent and had my head like all the way down here, like my shoulder was messing up. It still hurts. Like my neck hurts, and like I just like, I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to like eat anything. I don't even want to like get any good sleep. And it's like, I don't know, like, I guess what I mean by ham is just like when you feel someone's like nerves and aggression just pass into you, like with their anger.
There's a quiet tell in how much control she keeps handing herself. She stayed in the apartment by choice. She never left. And in her own account, she is the one who overpowers him. Not an even struggle, but her holding him down.
Have you ever been in a situation with him before where you would describe it as something similar? Of him going ham?
We were in an altercation where I would say maybe like 2 days or like 3 days before this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So basically for the first fight and stuff, like he would like just blow smoke in my face and like just like give me like these dirty looks, and then he'll like act all lovey-dovey, and like it was just like almost like a sociopath like kind of behavior, and like it made me feel uncomfortable. So I was like, why do you do that? Like you just act all mean, and then you're like lovey-dovey and stuff. And he just got aggressive with his words. He was like, bitch, you're tripping, and none of this, never that, and stuff like that. And I was like, so he got mad at me, and again he came for me. Like he charged at me and he started pulling my hair, and I pulled out, I remember he said that like, I pulled out one of his braids or something, like loosened it. He had like braids in his hair or something. But I think like he was just like upset from that, but like we eventually ended up letting each other go. So
Why did you leave, or how did that situation end?
no, I stayed there, and it was just like kind of mute for like 30 minutes, and then he like came over to the bed where I was laying on, and he was just like do you want to talk about it, and you know, stuff like that. And I'm like sort of hesitant to talk about it with him, and I'm just like, I don't know, like we admitted we were both in the wrong, like, and it shouldn't have got to where it got to, but it was kind of purposeless, like after it, because it was like the same behaviors would still continue the next 3 days or whatever. Like I don't know.
Nothing changed.
Yeah. And then every time he went to the bathroom, like he'll go take like a purse in the bathroom. I don't know why he took a purse in the bathroom, but
What do you mean?
like, I don't know, like he'll take like a blunt, a cigarette, and then he'll take like a almost like a satchel into the bathroom. Like, and he never wanted me to open it. He always carried it with him. And I was just like,
Do you think he's got drugs in there or something?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
What's this satchel look like?
It was like a black leather.
Okay.
And yeah, I just like took it in the bathroom.
Kind of back to the fight here last night. You guys are fighting. He's doing something with the chain on the door, and then all this other stuff happens where you're seeing colors and that sort of stuff. And then kind of what happens after that?
Just like, I don't really want to get like into the detail because it's like kind of traumatizing, like just seeing what I saw and stuff, and like I'll start getting emotional, like, so I really don't want to like talk about like what I saw, but I felt wrong afterwards, but I knew that it was a threatening situation.
Mm-hmm.
What she says she can't talk about is the part the opening already showed, covering him in his favorite robe, lifting him off the bed, and moving him into the closet, the place she called a fuzzier place. She didn't want to describe it. She had already done it.
What happened after that?
I sat there and I cleaned the entire apartment.
I thought you had just cleaned the day before.
No, he bought the cleaning supplies, but they
okay.
weren't open or anything.
Okay.
I had some wipes already in the house and stuff, so I just used that to clean the other day, but
Gotcha. Okay.
before we got it.
So last night you said you cleaned the whole apartment?
Yes, I threw away cigarette butts and all of the excess trash that was spilled on the floor. He knocked over a couple ashtrays and candles, and I just put it back all in place because I felt bad for how it ended. So I just felt he let me stay in his home, so I thought I would just take care of just the apartment.
Set the two halves of that answer beside each other. A man has just died in front of her. There is no 911 call, no attempt to get help. Her account of what she did next is tidy up, throw away the trash, put the candles back. The detectives already have the cleaning supplies. She would later tell family she cleaned to hide her fingerprints.
How long do you think that lasted that you were cleaning the apartment?
I would say maybe 30 or 40 minutes.
Okay.
I just basically wiped tables down, just cleaned or attempted to clean the bathroom, and then I just kind of just sat there and cried and was just praying, so, because I didn't know what to do. I'm on probation and stuff. I don't want to I was scared to call last night, and I'm not used to these situations or predicaments, so when it just all transpired, it really hit me.
Okay.
It was just
Did you reach out to anybody last night?
I reached out to a couple people, and I was I need you to pray over me and just pray for closure. And I texted my mom and my dad good night, and it's just I didn't want to tell them hey, this happened tonight, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I just got really emotional, and I just sat there and cried. And
Did you tell anybody last night what happened?
no.
The night a man dies in her hands, the messages she sends are prayer requests and a normal good night to her parents. Not a confession, not a cry for help. The wording keeps the focus on her, on closure, on getting through it.
I didn't have anywhere to go. And I tried falling asleep. So that's when I moved him from off the bed, because I can't sleep on the couch. And I just tried.
Is there only one bed in the apartment?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't been there, so I'm not asking you a trick question or anything. I haven't been there. So when you wanted to sleep off the bed, that's when you moved him? Okay. So then what was happening through, like, real late at night or real early this morning? Like, what was going on then?
Like, I woke up like around 6:30, and cause I had a probation call at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So I set an alarm on my phone, to just like remind me to wake up, and I had ended up leaving the house like kind of early after I like texted a couple people, and I was like, I need you, like I want to see you. And I just ended up leaving and catching the bus because I felt out of place there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't feel right just being there. So,
Who else did you tell today?
just my parents, like, I was like, stuff just escalated, and there was like, is anyone hurt? And I felt bad. I started praying.
Okay.
And they just said that I should come up here. I don't really want to get into specifics, but I just feel like I needed to express it, and, you know, instead of just letting him sit there and rot, you know?
Yeah. Okay. How did you reach out to your parents to let them know?
I called them via phone and text message.
This is the detail from the opening, seen from the inside. She slept on his mattress, woke to a probation alarm, and rode the bus out. It was her parents who decided she should come here, the same parents who drove her to this building and handed an officer a note with the address on it.
Teresa, how long have you known him for?
This was back when I had my McDonald's job, so like, I'd say maybe like a month or two.
You've known him for a month or two?
A month or two.
Okay. And up until last night, how many nights in a row had you stayed with him at the apartment?
I'd say maybe like about a week.
Okay, you've been staying there about a week. Had you stayed overnight there before?
I like came over and like kicked it with him, and he would like drive me like places that I needed to go to stay and stuff.
Okay.
But he like, I was basically like, just telling him like I had like when I had nowhere to go, like he would come pick me up and I'd go over to his house and we'd just kick it.
Okay.
And then it was just like the touchy-feely stuff and just kicking him off the bed.
And the touchy-feely stuff kind of came on as
It
the
just
time
got
you
more
knew him?
aggressive, like gradually. It was
Okay.
like just like it'll start with like a thigh touch or
Yep.
or like a damn you look good and
Okay.
you know, stuff like that. And then when he'll be like, can I kiss you? And I'll be like, you can kiss me on the cheek, cause like I'm not gonna lie, like I noticed like his eyes were like yellow and stuff, so like I didn't want to lay down with him, and
Okay.
like I don't want to like judge anybody for that, you know?
Yeah.
Cause everybody goes through something in life. But I just noticed like he would like grab the back of, when I said that he would grab the back of my head and like kind of try to force the kiss, like, you know, come here.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't like stuff like that.
Sure.
Because I've been through traumatic
Okay.
and difficult experiences,
Okay.
like sexual trauma. And
How many times was he violent with you during the time you've known him?
I'd say maybe about like 3 times. I just noticed like like when he'll start grinding his teeth and like just giving me these like weird looks, like he just hated me.
Okay.
And like he'll like blow his smoke in my face, like if I'm sitting like on the bed and stuff, like he'll come over in my space, like, or walk over me and be like all in my face, and I'll be like,
that's creepy, and I get where you're coming from.
It's eerie.
It's eerie and kind of creepy. How many times did he ever put his hands on you when you didn't want his hands on you?
I would say, but like sexually or like
just when I guess I'm trying to dial in on what I mean by violence. What I mean by violence, did he ever push you, strike you, choke you, hit you with an instrument? How many times was he violent? And please describe what you mean by violent.
He never hit me with an instrument.
Okay.
But he was like violent, like where he would choke me and pull my hair.
How many times in that time that you knew him did he ever pull your hair and choke you, or separately?
I would say maybe like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
And I noticed like after he'll be like you're always texting all these guys and shit, and like just acting like a jealous, like overzealous, arrogant, like just I don't want to say it, but like dick, like just.
Let me ask you this, and I know this might be a hard question to ask, and I don't mean to have you relive it, but I'm trying to get an understanding of when his hands are on your neck, what is running through your mind at that time?
Like, I felt like you know, like when somebody's like just like choking you, and like you can like feel like your mind, like it just goes like black, and like it's like I started seeing like white speckles, like in my brain. Okay. And it was like I was just losing breath, and the banging on the wall. Then he like had me like this, and he was standing over me, and that's when I started pulling his hair, and he already had a piece of my hair, keep in mind, but he had a piece of my hair, and he had me down like this, and then he just started choking me, and that's when I was like, I grabbed the back of his head. I'm just like trying to like get him off of me. He's like, let go of me. And I'm like, you're not letting go of me and stuff.
Listen to the last exchange she quotes. He says, let go of me. She answers, you're not letting go of me. In the middle of the account meant to prove she had no choice, she describes the one thing self-defense doesn't include: the person with their hands on the other's neck deciding when to stop and choosing not to.
It's like just certain things, like I feel like I should discuss with my attorney first.
Okay. I told you that right from the beginning.
Like that.
Yeah.
But like the questions weren't like too uncomfortable for me.
Okay.
It was just like more so like just like remembering what happened, how he was laying.
Yeah, you'll notice if you said you didn't want to talk about something, I didn't ask you that question again. Right? Okay, so I'm trying to be respectful of your wishes. If there's certain things you don't want to talk about, we won't talk about it. It's fine.
Alright, cool.
I can understand the position you're in, and I'm not trying to like trick you or anything. It's just we have to get a search warrant for the apartment, that sort of stuff. There's a lot that we have to do yet tonight and through the day tomorrow.
Alright.
There isn't any way that we can release you while we do that.
Alright.
Okay. That's not to say that
I mean, I kind of
anything's set in
that,
stone, right?
But, like,
So
I wouldn't expect y'all to, like...
It's not like we would take you from here right to prison because you're already convicted and all that sort of stuff. Or that's way down the road of anything like that. But we don't have a choice as far as what to do with you tonight. You have to go to the jail tonight. That's just all. There's no other option. I don't know if our case will be submitted to the prosecutor tomorrow. Okay, so you probably have to spend 2 nights there. That doesn't mean you would be in jail for that entire period of time. I can't say what's going to happen with that because we're not in charge of that. That's up to the prosecuting attorney's office.
All right. So.
Okay. So I don't want you thinking like, oh, they threw me in jail. They must think I'm guilty of something. No, that's just what we have to do. We have to do that, and then continue to do our job.
I understand it.
Okay.
I'm just like, I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. Like I like this cell and stuff. Like I'd like solid, like a little bit of like solitude, so like I don't hear like too much noise, cause like
Yeah.
it just makes my mind race a lot.
Mhm.
And
Well, the good news is on the receiving side of the new jail, it's a lot more individual cells. So I think you'll probably have that. So it's not like you get thrown in general population right off the bat.
well, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with general population, just like maybe like
But none of that's up to us either. That's the jail's rules. That's not our house, you know. So, any other questions for us?
um. Is there any way that I could like potentially like take a nap and?
Yeah, once you get out to the county, you can. Yep.
So how long before I'm like transported? Whatever.
Well, they're still working on the paperwork to get the photos and everything from you, and that'll take a little bit of time, and then you'll go out there. I mean, it's, like I said, it's 7:45, and I bet by 10 o'clock you're asleep.
Alright, and then as far as like the vaping part, like is there any way that I could have him escort me like to just?
No, we can't do
They
anything.
wouldn't allow that. They may not even allow the vape in the building.
No, not in the jail, but like I'm talking about like
Right
now.
here?
Yeah.
No, we can't do that anymore.
Can't do that anymore.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so we can put you back in the cell you were in until someone else comes in,
Mhm.
right? You want to just lay down there until someone comes and gets you?
Iyanna Colon was charged with open murder and held. At trial, she and her attorney maintained that she had killed Mon Al-Blowi in self-defense. The prosecution argued the opposite, that she had strangled him deliberately, then spent the night covering him, concealing him, and cleaning the scene. In August 2023, after a 3-day trial, a jury rejected the self-defense claim and found Iyanna Marie Colon guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, the mandatory sentence for that conviction. Mon Saleh Al-Blowi was 25 years old, a long way from his family in Saudi Arabia. If this kind of breakdown is what you're looking for, subscribing means you'll see the next one.